Skull, and welcome back to Valkyrie's Art Corner. Today we're going to be doing a fan request for Geralt of Rivia from the TV series, or the Netflix series, and the video game Witcher. Just to be advised, this is just the drawing just to show people how to do. I'm not promoting that younglings go and watch the game or the Netflix series, because it does have some adult content in it, so just FYI. But today we're going to learn how to draw him, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some comments in the comment section down below to let me know if you really like this video or if you'd like to see more of it. And I do apologize ahead of time for the camera being shaky. I'm kind of switching between recording on me and then recording on the drawing. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get started, so bear with me. Alright, so we're going to start off like we usually do, and we're going to start off our grid just like this. And this one's going to be a side profile one, so if you want to learn more about side profiles, check back on my Frozen Elsa video. I kind of go into a little bit of an explanation for it. So you want to draw our grid like that, and since this one too is going to be a side profile picture, we're going to draw the head, how it would be on the side, just to kind of start it off. And then draw a line where we think his eyes would be. And then this is just a basic, we can just always go back and erase the lines and everything like that. So we want to start off with the outline of his face. So where this is right here, we want to start with the forehead and kind of use our circle as a guide. And then we want to start down with the curve of his nose, just like that. And he kind of has a little bump on his nose. So. And then coming down with the lip. And I'm not doing a super hyper realistic version of Geralt. I just want to do a simplified version, so people who aren't necessarily up there in art skills will be able to follow along and be able to get a general idea of how to draw him, and then kind of go on from there. And then we'll just draw his jawline just like that. And then now, since we have just the general outline of his face, we will draw the lip coming down. Geralt hardly ever smiles, so he's kind of got a really serious look on his face. So, and then we'll draw another line down here. So that's his top lip and his bottom lip. Now we'll have his eyebrow, which is kind of a weird shape in itself because he's always got a grumpy look on his face, and I totally messed that up. But that's okay if you mess up. You can actually just erase, just draw a line, and then come up, round it off a little, and then come down, and then meet up in the front, just like that. And since he always has a grumpy look, we're going to draw a line right here to kind of give that emphasis that I'm grumpy. And then we can go back and draw his eyebrow a little bit bigger. There we go. And then he's always kind of squinty looking on his eyes because he's always suspicious of everyone. Like he says in the TV series and in the games, he hardly ever trusts anyone. So he's always got this look of like, are you trying to deceive me? Are you going to try hurting me? Just simple stuff like that. And then we'll draw his eyes and then the pupil. And then, of course, there's an eyelid, so we'll have to draw the eyelid top on part like that. And then he has a line that comes down like this. Again, goes with the grumpy look. And to add a little bit more detail for his nose, we're going to add a couple lines here. And then his nostril will come around here. Alright, and then on his picture, if you look up many pictures of him, or if you've actually ever seen this series, he has a giant scar that runs down his face. So we're going to add that. And that's from all the battles he's been in. And then, since he is a little older in age, so we're going to add a little bit of an age mark to it. So these are called what's called crow's feet. So we just want to draw those in lightly, because that's where he kind of squints his eyes all the time. So he's going to have natural wrinkle marks. And then for he has a beard in some of the scenes, and then he doesn't have a beard in some of the scenes. So we're going to go with the beard look. So we're just going to draw some lines just like this to make it look like it's hair. And this is how you can kind of start getting into how to do hair realistically and everything like that. And then once it comes down just past the corner of his mouth, we're going to draw some light squiggly lines to represent the beard. And then it comes up just like this. So again, that's why this line right here is light, because he actually has a full beard that's going to cover the jawline. So we'll have to draw the back of his jaw right here and draw some squiggly lines for the beard. He doesn't have a very big beard, so you can kind of see where that branches off. And then this kind of runs up into his sideburn a little bit. So we're just going to leave that the way it is. And then that's his cheekbone. And then draw down from this side for the top of his beard. And then right where his cheekbone starts to curve, you can do that. And now that we have the basics of his face, so now we're going to start doing the detail of his hair to give him more of that Geralt look. And he has some long hair, so he's not going to have short hair, unlike in the game where it's customizable. So we're going to come down here where his sideburn is, and then we're going to draw his ear. It comes up like that, and have it come around. And see, since his ear's a little bit further back than how I originally drew it, we just erase the line and go back into adjust where the jawline would be, and then draw a little bit line down here for his sideburn, and then draw the hair up here. So now we have the inside of his hairline, which I'm going to bring that back just a little. So again, that's why we have these guidelines, just to kind of show us a little bit where everything is at. And then now we're going to do like we did with the Elsa one, and we're going to start drawing the actual hair. So his will come back like this, and he has a lot of hair. So we're going to be drawing a lot of contour lines to emphasize on what his hair looks like. So if you end up messing up on a line, you can always cover it up with another line to just say, hey, that's just part of his hair. So it doesn't have to be perfect. And see, he wears his hair tied back. So we kind of want to make some little lines here to make it look like his hair's tied back. And we're going to add another line up here for his hair. And another line. And then another line up here. So that just shows where his hair is. And we're going to draw some short lines that kind of meet into each other to kind of give it more of a real hair look. And then since his hair is pulled back, you will have some of the lines that come up like this to show, hey, his hair is being pulled back into a little ponytail that he keeps it in. So we're just going to draw some random lines there just to show. And then his hair is kind of long, so it comes down just like this, and it comes down from behind his ear. So he's going to have random hairlines coming down. And then this one right here, and curve off. And then just continue to do this until it builds up to how you want it, or how the picture looks or anything like that. And then I'm gonna just add a few more lines here. And he does wear fur on his shoulders, so you want to do the same thing that you do with the beard, and just kind of make little squiggly lines just like that. He's gonna have random hairs back here where his hair is all tied up. And then you can draw his neck, draw an Adam's apple, because typically thinner men or men who are kind of muscular have this little bump on their neck right here that's called an Adam's apple. And then we can draw some clothes on him to kind of customize him a little bit, make him look more Geralt-y. And then a little circle here, because that's where the inside of his shirt goes. So like when you see a button-up shirt from the side or anything like that, you can actually see like shadow on the inside of it. And then come out like this and come around. And then he still has a few more strands of hair coming down from the other side where it's kind of sitting on his shoulders. So we're just going to do that and draw a few more strands. And then draw the rest of the fur down here to cover up where his fur meets his shirt. And then now that we've got the bases of him drawn, we want to go back and erase some of these lines so it doesn't look so cluttered and your drawing looks a little nicer. So just go back and erase, go back and erase. And see, those guidelines really help you out on where you need to go. And most of the other times you just kind of improvise. Oh, and we forgot some detail in his ear. So this is like the inner part of his ear that comes around the outside, and then the hole that kind of goes that way, and then the back side of his cartilage. So you can choose to, after this video, if you want to try to shadow him up to make him look more realistic, or if you want to color him to give him more of that pop. Just do your research on The Witcher. Again, like I said, I'm not advocating for anyone under the age of 18 to watch the series, but this is basically if you've ever seen him and you think he's cool and you just kind of want to draw him. So this is how you draw a simplified version of Geralt of Rivia. And don't, like I said at the beginning, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for when my new video comes out. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to submit some fan art or even some suggestions, you can contact me at Valkyrie@phalanxresurfacing.com, my Facebook, Valkyrie's Art Corner, and then my Instagram, Valkyries_Art Corner. And we will see you later. Thanks.